It's a very odd thing to predict, but that came out of the theoretical physics of the 19th century from experiments on electricity and magnetism.
A man has broken a world record for pulling a train along with his teeth, but you weren't sure if it was true or not. Do you believe this video?
Joe Rogan has recently hinted at a mysterious tribe that defies everything we know about physics. They move in ways that seem impossible, survive under extreme conditions, and perform feats that leave scientists speechless. The stories you won't believe are mind-blowing. But how do they do it? Is there a secret behind their abilities? Is this something beyond science? Join us as we reveal the shocking truth about people who seem to break every law of nature. You don't want to miss this. The mystic who doesn't need food or water. In India, a mystic named Ambam Ma claimed to have survived without food or water for an incredible 76 years.
Who claims to have wandered around India's jungles from the age of 8 and not eaten or drunk anything for nearly 70 years.
Starting his journey at a young age, he left his family to seek spiritual enlightenment. By 12, he experienced a profound vision of the Hindu goddess Amba, leading him to adopt a life of devotion and asceticism. Dressed in a red sari-like garment with flowers adorning his hair, he believed that the goddess sustained him through mystical nectar, eliminating his need for earthly nourishment. His extraordinary claims were tested when he was locked in a room for 15 days as part of an observation, where he remained perfectly healthy. Throughout his life, Johnny resided in a cave near the Ambaji temple, dedicating his days to meditation and spiritual practices. He became a revered figure, attracting devotees and curious minds eager to witness his purported abilities. Although he passed away a few years ago, his story intrigues many. Experts believe he may have developed a rare form of adaptation to extreme deprivation. Still, his case remains one of India's most fascinating spiritual mysteries. If you think this is strange, wait till you see the next one. The king teeth, the man who pulled a train with his jaw. Think of watching a 328-ton train slowly moving forward, not because of an engine, but because a single man was pulling it with his teeth. Sounds impossible, right? Yet, this jaw-dropping feat became a world record, leaving spectators in shock. The man, known for his incredible strength, gripped a steel rope between his teeth, planted his feet against wooden beams, and pulled with unbelievable force. The massive train rolled forward 9 feet in total. The crowd erupted in cheers, unable to believe what they had just witnessed. But what was the secret behind his power? It wasn't just brute strength. He had spent years mastering an ancient Indian meditation technique that helped him develop not only physical strength, but also mental focus and emotional balance. This technique, combined with daily jaw exercises, gave him a bite so strong it could drag hundreds of tons. His story proves that the human body is capable of extraordinary things when trained with focus and discipline. The artist with a photographic memory. Born in London in 1974, Stephen Wiltshire was diagnosed with autism at the age of 3.
Stephen Wiltshire was diagnosed with autism when he was 3.
He didn't speak until he was 5, but there was something special about him. His older sister noticed that while he struggled with words, he had an incredible ability to remember and draw things he saw, down to the smallest details. One day, she took him to the top of a high-rise building to look at the city. Something clicked inside him, and he began sketching the entire skyline from memory. Every building, every rooftop, every window, perfectly drawn without a second glance. His teachers and family couldn't believe their eyes. As he grew older, his talent only became more astonishing. He could fly over a city in a helicopter, look at it for just a few minutes, and then recreate the entire cityscape on paper, accurate to the last detail. His artwork has captured places like New York, Tokyo, and Rome with unbelievable precision, making him one of the most celebrated artists in Britain. What makes Stephen's gift even more incredible is his ability to capture incredible detail with just a glance, making his art truly awe-inspiring. His story proves that our minds are capable of extraordinary things, and with passion and determination, even the biggest challenges can turn into incredible achievements. What do you think? Could this be the closest thing to a superhuman memory? The battery man. Imagine touching a live electrical wire carrying 20,000 volts and feeling nothing. No burns, no pain, no harm. Sounds impossible, but for Biba Struja, known as the battery man, this is just another day in his life. Born in Serbia, Biba Struja discovered his strange ability as a child when he accidentally touched an electric fence. While others would have been seriously injured or even killed, he walked away completely unharmed. Over the years, he realized his body doesn't conduct electricity like normal people. Instead, he can store and control electric currents as if he were a human battery. His talents were put to the test in 1983 when he set a Guinness World Record by surviving 20,000 volts, a shock that could kill an elephant. But he didn't stop there. In 2003, he amazed scientists by boiling water in just 1 minute and 37 seconds, using only his bare hands. He has even been able to light up light bulbs, cook sausages, and start fires just by touching objects with his electrically charged body. But Struja isn't just a performer. He believes his power can help others. He now runs an electrotherapy clinic, where he treats people suffering from arthritis, migraines, and muscle pain by applying controlled electric shocks. Many patients claim to feel instant relief, though scientists still struggle to explain how his body works. That's not all. Keep watching to find out more. The girl with X-ray vision. At just 10 years old, Natasha shocked her family when she told her mother she could see her internal organs.
Natasha Demnika discovered her unique ability when she was just 10 years old. Natasha scanned her friends and relatives and presented them her observations.
At first, they thought she was joking until Natasha started accurately describing every organ in detail. Soon, she was able to detect illnesses that even doctors had missed. As she grew older, Natasha's abilities became even more astonishing. She could reportedly see at the cellular level, identifying conditions like tumors, ulcers, and heart defects without any medical tools. Patients from all over Russia started seeking her help, amazed by her near-perfect diagnoses. Word of her abilities spread quickly, and soon Natasha was invited to London and Tokyo, where scientists wanted to test her skills. In one experiment, she was asked to scan multiple patients and identify their medical conditions. Surprisingly, she got most of them right, sometimes more accurately than trained doctors. But not everyone is convinced. Some skeptics believe Natasha is just highly observant, picking up on subtle clues like posture, skin color, or behavior. Others think she may have an undiscovered cognitive ability that allows her brain to process information differently. Regardless of the debate, one thing is certain. Natasha's gift remains one of the most mysterious and unexplained human abilities ever recorded. The fastest human calculator. Known as the human calculator, Scott has a brain that seems to work like a supercomputer. He can add, subtract, multiply, and divide huge numbers in seconds without writing anything down. Even more mind-blowing, he can calculate square and cube roots instantly, something most people struggle to do, even with a calculator. Scott's incredible talent was officially recognized when he set a Guinness World Record in 2001 and 2003 for the fastest mental math calculations. In just 15 seconds, he was able to double numbers faster than any machine. His speed and accuracy left experts stunned, proving that the human brain is capable of far more than we imagine. But Scott isn't just a mathematical genius, he's also a teacher. He has developed a unique calendar system and travels the world to teach people how to improve their mental math skills. He believes that anyone can train their brain to think faster and smarter with the right techniques. Over the years, he has appeared on multiple TV shows, including The Oprah Winfrey Show, The Tonight Show, and The Ellen DeGeneres Show, showcasing his incredible ability and inspiring people of all ages. The World B-Man. A retired UC Davis professor, Norm spent over 69 years studying bees and learning how to communicate with them. But what made him truly famous was his ability to train bees for movies, TV shows, and commercials. He worked on Hollywood productions like Fried Green Tomatoes and The X-Files, helping directors create stunning bee scenes without harming the insects. One of his most jaw-dropping records was set when he held 109 bees inside his closed mouth for 10 seconds, a feat that earned him a Guinness World Record. Unlike most people who panic when a single bee flies near them, Norm developed a technique to calm the bees and even guide them to land exactly where he wanted. Beyond entertainment, his work has also helped scientists understand bee behavior, contributing to research on how bees pollinate plants and interact with their environment. Although Norm is now 83 years old and no longer actively handling bees, he still supports wild bee conservation in his garden and shares his vast knowledge with young beekeepers. Iceman. Stig is a world record-holding freediver and a master of breath control. In 2012, he shocked the world when he held his breath underwater for 22 minutes, a feat that seems impossible to most people.
Stig, we want to see if you can break your world record for holding your breath, currently 20 minutes, 10 seconds.
To put that into perspective, the average person can hold their breath for 30 seconds to 2 minutes before gasping for air. But how does he do it? Stig combines yoga, meditation, and specialized breathing techniques to train his lungs. His secret lies in hyperventilation and relaxation, which allow him to slow his heart rate and use oxygen more efficiently. But guess what? His jaw-dropping records don't stop at breath holding. In 2013, he swam 500 feet under a frozen lake wearing only a wetsuit and fins. As if that wasn't extreme enough, the very next day, he did it again. This time, swimming 250 feet in just a swimsuit with nothing protecting him from the freezing water. Scientists have studied Stig's body to understand how he can survive extreme cold and lack of oxygen. His lung capacity is 50% larger than an average person's, and his ability to control his mind under stress is unmatched. Beyond breaking records, Stig now teaches others how to improve their breathing and tap into the hidden power of the human body. His achievements prove that with the right training, we can push our limits further than we ever imagined. This is intriguing, no doubt, but what would you say about the next one? The incredible rickshaw saver. In India, rickshaws are a common sight. You can easily find them in the busy streets. But one night, at a crowded intersection, something happened that left everyone speechless. Surveillance cameras captured a bizarre event, one that defied logic. A rickshaw driver was crossing the road when a speeding truck came out of nowhere, heading straight for him. The collision seemed unavoidable, and in that split second, disaster seemed certain. But just as the truck was about to hit, a blinding flash of light filled the screen. And then, the impossible happened. The rickshaw, which should have been crushed on impact, suddenly reappeared on the other side of the road, completely unharmed. The truck came to a stop, and standing nearby was a mysterious figure, dressed in dark clothing. The driver of the rickshaw was left shaken but alive, while the truck driver looked around in utter confusion. Was this a divine intervention? A glitch in reality? Or did someone with unimaginable powers secretly step in to change fate? No one knows the truth, but the footage remains one of the most mind-boggling mysteries ever caught on camera. The Indian chef with magic hands. This chef, known as Prem Singh, owns the famous Ganesh restaurant, a small eatery that has been serving delicious fried fish for decades. His special magic hands technique has made him a sensation among locals and tourists alike. People gather in amazement, watching as he fearlessly dips his hands into oil that reaches temperatures of 200 degrees Celsius. So, how does he do it? Many believe it's a rare skin adaptation developed over time. Others think it's a secret technique that allows him to move his hands in and out so quickly that he avoids burns. Some even call it a gift from the gods. But it wasn't always this way. Years ago, Prem Singh accidentally touched the oil while cooking, But to his surprise, it didn't burn him as expected. Curious, he practiced over time, slowly testing his limits. Today, he does it effortlessly, leaving people in shock every time they witness it. That brings us to the end of this video. What do you think about these strange abilities? Are we witnessing a hidden side of human potential? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click on the following video on your screen. You will enjoy it.
Intrigue to the story of the Watchers. Ancient rituals, often involving symbols like pentagrams and holy water, were said to invoke these entities. While portrayed as myth in modern times, some believe such practices were attempts to interact with the Watchers or similar beings. However, the Book of Enoch warns of the dangers of tampering with forces beyond human comprehension, highlighting the devastating consequences of the Watchers' rebellion. In the end, the Watchers were punished for their disobedience. They were cast into eternal darkness, bound and imprisoned until the final judgment. The Nephilim, their offspring, were wiped out in the Great Flood, as described in both the Book of Enoch and the Bible. Yet their legacy endures in myths, legends, and even modern theories about interdimensional beings. The story of the Watchers and their fall serves as a cautionary tale about power, responsibility, and the consequences of crossing boundaries between different realms. It leaves us questioning: are these beings merely myths, or do they hint at something far more profound about the nature of the universe? Government conspiracies and hidden truths. The idea of hidden truths and government conspiracies has always intrigued people. From ancient secrets to modern-day cover-ups, the belief that powerful organizations are concealing important information has fueled countless theories. One of the most mysterious stories tied to government conspiracies is the recent discovery of ancient texts, such as the Book of Enoch, and the potential hidden truths they may reveal. The Book of Enoch, an ancient religious text, speaks about the Watchers, fallen angels who descended to earth, taught forbidden knowledge, and created hybrid beings known as the Nephilim. These stories of divine rebellion, interdimensional beings, and ancient secrets have captivated many. But what if these ancient accounts hold more truth than myth? Some believe governments across the world are actively suppressing information that could connect the dots between the past and the present. One example of such a theory relates to the Iraq War. In 2003, archaeologists reportedly uncovered the lost tomb of Gilgamesh, a figure from Mesopotamian mythology who was believed to be part human and part divine. Shortly after this discovery, the US invaded Iraq, and theories began to emerge that the military's true mission may have been to recover Gilgamesh's remains, or even his DNA, which some believe could reveal connections to the Nephilim. Eyewitnesses claim that the US military cordoned off the excavation site and removed artifacts, sparking speculation that this was part of a larger cover-up. Another popular theory involves Antarctica. Satellite images and rumors of secretive government operations have led some to believe that ancient civilizations or even extraterrestrial beings could be hidden beneath the ice. Could these be remnants of the Nephilim or related beings? While no conclusive evidence has emerged, the possibility of ancient secrets buried in such remote locations continues to ignite curiosity. The discovery of new fragments of the Book of Enoch has added to these conspiracies. Some argue that these texts hold prophecies and divine secrets that could challenge humanity's understanding of history, religion, and science. But why would governments want to suppress this knowledge? One explanation is that revealing such truths could disrupt societal structures, religious beliefs, or even scientific understanding. Whether these conspiracy theories are true or not, they point to humanity's deep desire to uncover hidden truths about our past. The idea that ancient knowledge, powerful beings, or groundbreaking discoveries are being kept from the public continues to fuel speculation and debate.
If you've followed the tech world, you've probably heard the name Sam Altman. mentioned alongside some of the biggest breakthroughs in artificial intelligence.
OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, one of the most meaningful AI breakthroughs may be coming faster than most people would believe.
But with great influence comes even greater scrutiny. And recently, there have been controversies that have sparked debates that could reshape his legacy forever and sentence him to an end no one could have seen coming. Is this truly the end of Sam Altman as we know him? Or is this just another plot twist in the story of a man who's become synonymous with the AI era? Stick around as we dive deeper into the rise, the fall, and possibly the final goodbye of one of tech's most polarizing figures. The beginning of the end of Sam Altman. Sam Altman is a name that everyone can't stop talking about ever since the explosive rise of ChatGPT, DALL-E, and other AI tools. But even though his name is synonymous with the rise of AI, it has also recently been entangled in controversy. Now, we're not just talking about AI ethics or philosophical arguments over what artificial intelligence should and shouldn't do. No, this is something bigger, something personal and political. In the past few months, Altman has faced accusations and lawsuits that have put his name under a magnifying glass. First, there was the dramatic episode in late 2023 when Altman was ousted from OpenAI. It was almost like a tech world soap opera, as we saw employees rebelling, which in turn made the board to waver and reinstate Altman within days.
This man is not just the CEO of a tech startup, he is the face of the global AI revolution.
At the time, it looked like a victory, but as the dust settled, whispers about leadership tensions, transparency, and accountability started to grow louder. Fast forward to early this new year, and the spotlight on Altman has shifted in a dramatic way. His sister, Ann Altman, filed a lawsuit alleging a claim he has vehemently denied, and the tech community, media, and the public are grappling with the fallout, and it is bigger and more shocking than you can imagine. Questions about Altman's moral compass have now joined existing debates about his professional ethics, and that's not all. Elon Musk, a co-founder of OpenAI and longtime critic of the company's direction, recently revived a lawsuit accusing Altman and OpenAI of straying from its original mission of creating AI for humanity's collective benefit. These aren't minor inconveniences, they are events that could dismantle a reputation built over years. Altman is at a crossroad where the sentence on his career, his influence, and even his character is being written in real time. Whether it's through court rulings or the silent judgment of an industry and its followers, the world is watching to see how this chapter of his story ends. Could it be the end of his role as a tech leader, or does it signal a goodbye to the industry he helped define? Let's take a step back and unpack how Sam Altman became a household name in the tech world. Long before OpenAI catapulted him to global recognition, Altman had already established himself as a Silicon Valley star.
Sam Altman, a Silicon Valley star.
Born in 1985 in St. Louis, Missouri, Altman displayed an early knack for technology and innovation. He studied computer science at Stanford University, but dropped out in classic Silicon Valley fashion to pursue entrepreneurial dreams. His big break came with Looped, a location-based social networking app he co-founded in 2005. Looped was ahead of its time, offering geolocation features that later became the foundation of platforms like Foursquare and Snapchat. Although Looped didn't achieve commercial success, it was eventually acquired by Green Dot Corporation for $43.4 million. Altman's ability to innovate and lead was undeniable. Altman's next chapter happened at Y Combinator, one of Silicon Valley's most prestigious startup accelerators. In 2014, he was named president of Y Combinator, succeeding co-founder Paul Graham. Under Altman's leadership, Y Combinator expanded a lot, funding groundbreaking startups like Airbnb, Dropbox, and Stripe. His time there cemented his reputation as a visionary who could spot and nurture transformative ideas. In 2015, Altman co-founded OpenAI alongside industry heavyweights like Elon Musk, Greg Brockman, and others. The mission was ambitious: to develop artificial intelligence that benefits all of humanity. OpenAI positioned itself as a non-profit committed to ethical AI development, a stark contrast to the profit-driven motives of big tech. Altman stepped into the CEO role in 2019, steering the organization through monumental breakthroughs like GPT-3, ChatGPT, and DALL-E. These technologies not only showcased AI's potential, but also started widespread debates about its risks and societal implications. The controversies surrounding Sam Altman. By 2023, OpenAI's influence was unmatched, with Sam Altman as its public face, but November 2023 marked a dramatic turning point. On November 17th, Altman was abruptly fired by OpenAI's board of directors, a move that shocked employees, investors, and the tech community. The board's justification? Allegations that Altman had not been transparent enough about OpenAI's research and decision-making processes. Some reports suggested that the board was concerned about the pace at which OpenAI was releasing its AI advancements, fearing they were outstripping society's ability to adapt. While the exact reasons remain murky, the decision to remove Altman seemed rushed and poorly communicated. What followed was a rebellion. OpenAI employees, nearly 700 of them, signed a letter demanding Altman's reinstatement. Microsoft, one of OpenAI's largest investors, publicly expressed support for Altman, even offering him a role within the company. Within 4 days, the board reversed its decision, and Altman was back as CEO.
Sam Altman is apparently back as OpenAI's CEO. That's just days after getting fired by the board. And
the whole debacle and the reactions it triggered proved the loyalty he commanded among his team, but it also raised questions about his leadership style. Was he too aggressive in pursuing AI advancements? Did his focus on innovation come at the cost of transparency and consensus? And here was the sad part. The aftermath of the firing and rehiring left lasting marks on Altman's reputation. While supporters hailed him as a visionary, unfairly targeted by a board with hidden motives, critics argued the incident highlighted the risks of concentrating power in a single leader. For Altman, the reinstatement was a victory, but it came with strings attached, heightened inspection of his decisions, and a more divided perception of his leadership. But there was still more to come. And this time it was his personal life that took the blow. Ann Altman, Sam Altman's sister, filed a lawsuit alleging. In the court filings, she detailed incidents she claimed took place over several years since she was 3 years old. The lawsuit left everyone in the tech community and outside reeling, and public reactions were divided. Some expressed disbelief, citing Altman's polished public image and his track record of supporting social causes. Others, however, pointed to the increasing scrutiny around tech leaders and their unchecked influence, suggesting that the allegations warranted serious investigation. Sam Altman has denied the allegations, calling them completely false and a calculated attempt to destroy his life's work.
Sam Altman, along with his mother and 2 brothers, categorically denied the allegations, calling them utterly untrue.
In a public statement shared on social media, Altman expressed his heartbreak over the accusations, describing them as an unimaginable betrayal and asserting his innocence. In a series of posts, Altman also addressed the emotional toll the allegations had taken on him, describing feelings of anger, sadness, and disbelief. While maintaining his innocence, he acknowledged the seriousness of the situation and called for a fair investigation to reveal the truth. This development added a deeply personal dimension to the controversies surrounding Altman. Unlike professional disputes, which can be dealt with through PR or legal magic, this kind of allegation strikes at one's character. Regardless of the legal outcome, the lawsuit has already impacted how Altman is perceived by peers, employees, and the public. But again, it did not end there. While grappling with personal allegations, Altman also found himself in the crosshairs of another formidable figure, Elon Musk. Musk, a co-founder of OpenAI, had distanced himself from the organization in 2018, claiming he disagreed with the direction it was taking. By 2024, Musk had revived a lawsuit accusing OpenAI and Altman of straying from the non-profit mission it was founded on. Musk's central argument is that OpenAI, under Altman's leadership, transitioned into a profit-driven entity, prioritizing commercial gains over its original goal of developing AI for the public good. Critics of OpenAI have pointed to its partnerships with corporations like Microsoft, and the introduction of subscription models for products like ChatGPT as evidence of this shift. Altman has defended OpenAI's approach, arguing that monetization is necessary to fund revolutionary research. He has also emphasized that OpenAI remains committed to ethical AI development.
OpenAI has found itself under fire recently for violating ethical business practices,
pointing to its efforts to build safeguards against misuse. But Musk's lawsuit has reignited debates about the tension between innovation and ethics in the tech industry. Whatever the result of these lawsuits, we must all agree that for Altman, the stakes couldn't be higher. His leadership is being questioned, and at the same time his character is being attacked. What is the truth, and will we really have to say goodbye to Sam Altman sooner rather than later? For now, Altman's influence remains intact, but these events have cast a long shadow, prompting a re-evaluation of his legacy. The consequences of the controversies Sam Altman is involved in. When we talk about a sentence for someone like Sam Altman, it's rarely about legal consequences alone. For a public figure, the court of public opinion often delivers its verdict long before a legal judgment is made. In Altman's case, the combination of his reinstatement controversy, allegations of ethical lapses, and personal scandals could serve as a metaphorical sentence that reshapes his career and legacy. Public trust is a fragile currency, especially for leaders in groundbreaking industries like AI. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click on the next video on your screen. You will enjoy it.